Matthew Kershaw, we are back in the Wasteland with Paladin Dance. There's your biggest spoiler of this video. Talk to me about Fallout 4.
You're a black lady.
I am a black lady. That shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but you have hair. That surprised me.
I'm a black lady in real life. I mean, she's got it shaved around the sides and back. Like I do in real life. Only I'm not that black in real life. I wish I was.
Yeah. My guy's just a generic white dude, but with a ponytail.
Fair enough.
He's pretty cool. He walks around in a bandana and fucking, what are those, like, cop glasses from America? I can't remember what they're called.
Aviators?
Here you go.
Aviators, yeah, he walks around in aviators.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we're going to give this old lady some drugs, and you're going to tell me about your feelings on Fallout 4, because you picked it up. And I picked it up.
I did pick it up. It's fine. I thought it was pretty boring for the first maybe like 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
But then like I reached a point where I was just like, I'm gonna build a house because I need somewhere to store my crap. And then I was like, oh man, I need to go and get more copper. And so I just went out and explored the world, and I ended up finding cool shit. And then every time I go to explore, I end up finding power armor, and I'm like, okay, now this is going to be like fucking Saving Private Ryan, and I've got to bring this power armor all the way back to this place. I don't remember the name of it. Sanctuary.
Anyway,
Yeah.
But because I don't like fast traveling, so I go and explore, and then like my goal is find power armor and then bring it back. And it's actually getting fun.
You kind of need to just fast travel with the power armor though, because otherwise you're going to end up burning all your coals up on bringing that stuff back.
Yeah, but that's like the idea for me, like finding the power armor, bringing it back, and then trying to find fusion cores to then go out and use said power armor.
See, I had the problem where I was just partaking in a battle, let's say, where there was many people in power armor, and many of them died. So I was kind of like scavenging all this T50 armor or whatever off the floor, and like trying to... I was wearing a suit myself, so I was like trying to manage the encumbrance in such a way that me and my companion could carry like 4 sets of this shit back to the base. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Ended up with like 4 torsos, 4 helmets, and like no legs or arms. But,
oh wow, you've like set up barriers and everything for this stuff.
Yeah, so this is Sanctuary, like you said. I've got 2 big bases. This one's the metal base. I've got another one which is all wooden. It's grown quite a bit now because this was about 15 hours into the game, and I'm now almost finished at about 30 hours.
The only thing I did was I put like some watchtowers and turrets by the bridge because I assume that's the only way raiders can get in. And then I built a small house just up the road here to the right on like the first building you demolished to get resources.
Yeah. I've kind of used the buildings already there for like my people. You can't see it in this video, but like the big, you know, the house, is our house, I say our house, is the house you're from the one with the Halloween decorations?
It's the one opposite the kind of main base area, you know, the one that everybody lives in, that you had all those beds in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think
it's the one to the right of it's that one there that you kind of, to the right.
It's the blue one, yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
Not that blue one, the one to the right of it.
Yeah, I nicked the yellow one, and that's now like my house, where I've just got sunglasses lining the shelving units, because I've got nothing else to put on them that fits. Just got sunglasses and a few pistols, and then loads of Brotherhood of Steel banners, because they are my faction of choice. Have you managed to engage with the factions any?
Fuck the Brotherhood of Steel. Seriously. The Brotherhood of Steel are actually evil. In Fallout 3, they didn't make it clear that they're evil, because they were just like, yeah, we're just hoarding all this fucking pre-war tech, aren't we the good guys? In New Vegas, they were like, yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel are kind of evil. And in this one, it seems like they're like, yeah, okay, they're still evil.
Yeah, I sided with the Brotherhood in my main playthrough of Fallout 3. And then in New Vegas, I think I went with Kaiser's fucking Roman dudes, because I love Romans, and they all wear skirts.
I never finished New Vegas. I got like 29 hours into the game, and I never finished it. I found Benny, and then I stopped playing.
So, as you know, I hate every Bethesda game with a burning passion.
Yes.
Which isn't true at all. I just don't get the fandom necessarily. But I'm having a lot of fun with this game, and this base building has a lot to do with it, which is why we're just checking this out for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. There's a lot of things that, you know, you have to kind of learn to begin with. Like there you have like a generator connected to one of those power couplers for no reason. But when you're like trying to learn how to do it, you're like, of course I need to do this, obviously.
Yeah, they don't give you item descriptions on everything you need, do they? Like, they don't tell you how lights work. So sometimes your light bulb's on, sometimes it's not. They have that page of text, don't they? They have like a I guess it's like a tutorial text, but it's buried in the menus and they don't surface any of that.
Yeah, do you remember Todd Howard saying, "Oh, you can build a base anywhere"? I seem to remember that, or did he specifically say there's only certain places?
I remember on E3 knowing there was only certain places. I don't know what he said though.
Ah, okay, because I assumed you could build anywhere, so like when I'm trying to like scavenge materials and I can't enter the workshop mode, I get kind of annoyed.
Yeah, it's
Then I have to pick it up, and then I have to come all the way back to Sanctuary, drop it on the floor, and then scavenge it.
But it's so much worse when you're like in a junkyard and you're like, all of this shit is here for me to build walls out of. And they won't let you destroy the cars. But yeah, it's just so compelling, I thought. Like, between that and the part where you're voiced, I feel like my character actually has an identity and a reason for being in this world. I mean, they set up the story quite strongly. I
like the voice character. People like complain about it. I like it. I also like the whole Mass Effect like choice. I don't mind it necessarily. Like, I would like more dialogue, of course, but this isn't exactly game breaking. Just having 4 options.
No, it's not the number of options that bothers me. It's the part where they don't. It'll just say like sarcastic, which is fine when it's sarcastic. But some of the other ones, it's like you never quite know what you're getting. And I've had a few times when I've said things that have come out with a different tone than I intended.
Yeah, that's always annoying. But
I mean, that happens in Mass Effect 2 Mass Effect as well. But I feel like they normally put a few words of description as opposed to just like one word.
Yeah, I mean, like a prime example of that is the reporter throughout Mass Effect. Where I think Mass Effect 1, it'll just be like, I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions, and then you punch her. And it's like, I didn't want to do that.
I don't know, I totally wanted to do that because she's a bitch.
Yeah, but like after that,
name?
After that, they clearly labeled like, okay, if you choose this option, a renegade option, you're going to do something bad, or you're going to sound angry. Where if you pick blue, you're going to sound compassionate and calm.
Yeah. As we've just stepped into the Power Armour now, how are you using the... You've said you've been collecting the Power Armour. Like, are you using it much?
I have 3 sets of T45 armor. One of them's complete from the very beginning of the game, but I have 2 incomplete versions, and I want to try and, repair that up and like mod it and change how it looks and all that stuff. But right now, I'm kind of focusing on trying to get more into gun customization and do more stuff with the settlements. Like, I want to build an actual base near the Red Rocket place.
Oh yeah.
Like my own personal house and stuff like that, rather than the shitty one I have in Sanctuary.
There's like one really nice one on a hill with a robot called Mr. Goodfields or something. I've totally got a secondary base there. I can't remember what it's called.
I found that. It's like a robot hippie place full of dead ghouls.
Yeah, and every time I always pull the ghouls out of the settlement and roll them down the hills, and then whenever I come back, they're always back in the houses. It's so fucking annoying.
While you're playing on PC, you can just delete them.
Can I?
Yeah, I think you open up console, you click on the thing to get the hash code, and then you can just press like delete or remove, or type delete or remove.
I mean, the moment this review's over, I'm gonna fucking hit the console and pull down unlimited caps and remove encumbrance. But because I'm reviewing it, I'm playing it purely as intended.
Vanilla.
Yeah. Also, I've like already seen nude mods, but no nude dude mods, so it's like, why would I even bother engaging with that?
That never happens. Like, I've got it on the Xbox One, so I think they said the 2 mods that won't be allowed are nude mods and mods that had third-party content, which, I mean, understandable. But I like immersion in games. I purposely went out in Skyrim and got a mod that removes the underwear on every model, because to me it was like, bandits, like fucking these awful bandits that live in caves would not be wearing underwear.
I mean, yeah. I mean, all the people I encounter wear like harnesses and nothing else, so I should be able to see their dong. It's totally.
I don't mean it that way. I don't do it for the dicks.
I mean, I am, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I want more immersion in games, and I won't be able to get that because there's limited.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you can get all the dongs on PC. You can get schlongs of Boston when that comes out.
I can't at the minute though. It's only naked women because the fucking Nexus community is clearly sexist. Probably not sexist. That was a joke, by the way, in case anyone didn't get that. So we're just doing a mission here. I think we're like clearing out some place for the Brotherhood.
Yeah, if you complete the Brotherhood of storyline quest,
nearly.
Because I'm pretty sure I've heard a spoiler for like the end of it. Which is like kind of interesting actually, but I'm not interested in the Brotherhoods. From what I've heard, it's kind of like the two factions you have to choose between are the Brotherhood and the Institute, and I kind of want to find out more about the Institute and go with them if they're not super evil. But all I've heard is like, oh, they kidnap people and replace them with synths. And I'm like, that's kind of evil. But so is the Brotherhood of Steel.
This game goes to some places with its storytelling. Right, I hate Bethesda writing traditionally because I haven't played a single game of theirs.
Oh
That's,
yeah,
like,
Bethesda
good.
writing's awful. If this was made by Obsidian, this game would be like much better.
But that's what I mean. Like, this game has some good writing. Not all of it. A lot of it's still generic. You know, generic Fallout quests and stuff. But some of the main story stuff is exciting. Let's say. Also, it's not super well explained. Like, there's at least one point when I'm pretty sure they just retconned their own game mid-flow. But whatever. You'll get there. We need to do a spoiler cast on this game when you've done it, because I'd love to see how you turn out, because you're clearly not going to side with the Brotherhood. And there's more than just the Brotherhood and the Institute. There are other organizations you run into. Big and small. And you'll get chance to, like, hang with all of them before you have to commit to any decision or anything, so... They totally tell you when you're reaching that kind of point. And I've heard you get dropped back into the main world after you're finished, so that's good. Probably also means you won't die in this story, unlike Fallout 3.
Yeah.
What's it running like on the Xbox One? I've heard it's the worst of all the systems.
It's fine. I haven't had much stuttering on it really, or anything like that.
Have you got to the city yet?
Yeah, and it wasn't that bad. I've only been there like twice now, once for the story to get there, and then another time to try and sell a bunch of crap.
Yeah, you need to get onto the rooftops, because that kills it on my PC. I'm running it on Ultra, and I'm normally at about 30 to 40 frames a second. There's times when it dips, and there's times when it's better. But it's like, it's pretty consistent. I don't feel bad about the performance I'm getting. With everything set up to the highest it is.
Yeah.
But when I get to the city, and I get on a rooftop, it just fucking like dips down to like 15 or something horrendous. Some of the inside interior rooms are a bit like that as well. But there is a lot of really interesting level design, I thought. Like, there's not a lot of buildings that... You know how, like, Fallout, you had a lot of buildings looking the same? Like, that was the joke about the Elder Scrolls 4. Was that every room was the same. Every cave in Skyrim was, like, one of 3.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's, like, it's really good. I don't know, I've just been having a damn good time with it. Like, a lot of things I had complaints about have been fixed. Well, fixed to a point where I don't mind them anymore. Like, the shooting is pretty good now.
Yeah, I like the shooting, it's pretty good.
I still think encumbrance is fucking the worst. And there's no adhesive. God damn it.
What?
No adhesive for crafting. Every mod needs adhesive, and there's never enough adhesive.
Adhesive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem finding copper. That's my problem.
Yeah, so we just took out a legendary enemy there, and he dropped a piece of hot loot. You can't break down that hot loot, so I've got like a fucking load of 10mm, you know, quote, legendary guns I just can't do anything with.
Yeah.
I guess you could sell them. There's another legendary one now. They can mutate, and when they mutate, they sort of regain all their health, and I'm assuming they get stronger.
Probably, yeah.
VATs is all the same. Leveling is largely the same.
VATs isn't the same.
I mean, it now drains when you're sprinting, and it's not
and it doesn't
freezing time.
Completely freeze it.
Yeah, but it's like functionally the same.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, what else is there to say about Fallout without spoiling anything? It's fucking really hard when I've just reached the end of that game and the shit I want to talk about, because it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 10 hours in, I've only just made it to the main city in the game, and I haven't done anything around that. I like exploring, I like the atmosphere, and I like the little stories in the game. I even remember months ago when I was playing through New Vegas, I remember telling you I liked like just small little things in the world that Bethesda actually do pretty well. Like, I found some house near a lake with a computer in it, and I was reading the journals entries. It was a story about some guy whose wife pulled a gun on him and left him, and he decided to stay with their pet ramen, and then they were getting attacked by bugs, and then one day he went out to the lake with like her locket of the woman that left him and almost shot him in the face, and he dropped it, and he came back and made a journal entry on it. Then he went out to go and try and get it, and he drowned to death. And then you can find his corpse on the bottom of the lake holding the lockets. And you can find the Brahmin like dead, being eaten by bugs outside.
I was gonna say, how did you know he didn't make it back? With his, I'm assuming...
I purposely went looking. I went looking in the lake. I fucking took a bunch of rad-X, went into the lake, found his corpse, and I was like, that's really cool and kind of sad.
You can totally walk along the seabed in a suit of power armor. I can confirm.
Yeah, and I almost drowned doing that.
I did exactly that. I mean, I needed to for a quest. It was like, follow this person. That person decided to go straight through the middle of a fucking river, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to. More ghouls. There's still like a sad amount of enemies in this game that just charge at you, like, you know, really jerky animations. You know, every
I like the ghouls. The ghouls are like full-on, like, mob of the dead zombie type things now. They're really cool.
I found a group of raiders. I don't know. I'd never been far up to the northeast of the map. Like, the main story doesn't really take you there. But I totally stumbled on a lot of raiders called the Forge. And they all wear, like, proper welded massive plates of armor. They look like giant tanks, and they all wield flamethrowers. And sort of, like, one of their bases is, like, this fucking, like, smithy. Super cool. I never got in there because I was getting preemed by all these flamethrowers. And then a vertibird showed up. And then my fucking vertibird air support was just, like, spraying flamethrower dudes with giant gouts of flame into the sky. It was really cool.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Fallout 4. I'm having a lot of fun with it. There's going to be a review up on the site. Hopefully around the time this video goes up, so check back for that.
Would you say it's like Skyrim with guns?
No, because I like this game.